We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Miami Dolphins. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. They'll be led out by their quarterback, standing 6'1" from Utah. It's Tyler Huntley.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Now a 2nd and 6. He's going to try and take off with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. First down.
The 46-yard line.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's Huntley. Now he's going to step up and run. The 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, I don't want to be a jinx partner and put the whammy on him, but I think we could be looking at all-time damn the ground with the way that he's going. Only a few quarterbacks in this league are capable of a 100-yard game, and he's halfway there just in the first quarter. This is a record-setting pace. Hopefully, he can keep it up, and we can have fun watching it.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Huntley. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Tyler Loop now for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
Every quarterback in the NFL has a little bit of his own signature style out there, but for this guy, he really plays the game in a different way. It's led to a couple double takes from us up here as we see him as something truly unique. It's not that he's just the strongest passer or the best athlete to ever play the position. He just has a certain way of seeing the action, and it allows him to make some special plays out there.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Bradley Chubb came in and got him.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw here, Huntley. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Facing 4th down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there. Malik Washington deep for Miami. Fielded just inside the 20. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, let's see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. And it may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They'll run here with a rookie. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. On play action, here's Tua. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The veteran Kyle Van Noy in there to drop him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They begin with Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here is 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Huntley. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 46 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Henry up the middle. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down. Huntley. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 13-yard line.
That's good for a Baltimore first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
From the gun on 3rd down, Huntley. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
It's now.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut him down on that attempt?
For the field goal, a 31-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
Tyler Luke to kick
Back
off
to it now
Baltimore.
after the made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Miami set to take over. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Slot man moves right. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. To the right side, incomplete to Washington. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's the 2nd and 4. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
And 10.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Looking to pass. Tua. He's got his target. That's complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 44 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Play action, now it's Tua. Now he's going to step up and run. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
22 more yards.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Now A-Chain on 1st and 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5. Again, it's A-Chan. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on the play.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's Tua. And he's caught. Touchdown, Miami. Nick Westbrook-Akine. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are back within a score. And he knew he was going to take a shot in the pocket. He did, but he also found a way to get it into the end zone.
And that has to ease the pain a little bit of the shot he took, didn't it? Being able to throw it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Makes the score, Ravens 10.
So this drive spans 7 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Huntley now bootlegging it. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
It's 2nd down.
Well, certainly going to be a lot tougher adding a touchdown to that lead now since they're facing 2nd and 20+. Big-time sack to start the drive and put the opponent way back. Let's see what kind of play call they come up with here.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw, Huntley. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Huntley working from the gun. And that is incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their third drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Pulled in at the 24. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And out come the Dolphins now. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Tua sets up to pass it. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
It's
a gain of 32 that time.
And the Dolphins, first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now 2nd and 3. They'll drop to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Out of the gun on third down, here's Tua. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
It's 4th down.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Patterson's kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Huntley to throw. Throw caught by Flowers. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
At the 31-yard line.
Second and 5. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Out of the gun, Huntley. A short throw caught by Andrews. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Here's Huntley. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen here with an abridged version of the halftime report. Both offenses still trying to find their way. Tight competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To find out who will come out on top, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Dances by him. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that first down run.
They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achan. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Open man, Westbrook-Ikhine. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 32-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a first and 10 at the 32-yard line. They'll try the right side this time here with Gordon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Off the edge and right to the ball that time was Kyle Van Noy.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Waddle, the motion man right. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And this is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Nick Westbrook-Ikhine with his second touchdown of the night. And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Patterson now for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. Broken tackle. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. They'll run it again with Henry. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not one bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
The Ravens send their punter out now. as he's on to kick it away. This is taken at the 15. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Here's Achane to start the drive. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Up the middle, Achane. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. This is caught at the 20. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 55 yards. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Now, he's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. But if you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes, he just takes off and goes. And I think that's what we just saw there.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Ravens 10.
So that drive, 4 plays. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together. They go play action with Huntley. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks him, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football?
because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Well, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them, because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after him.
After the turnover, it's Tua. That's complete to Westbrook-Ikhine. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. A run straight ahead with Achane. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 49 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Tua going to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tua finding his old Alabama teammate Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point try now for Patterson. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. And the offense for the Ravens returns to the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Flowers going to go in motion right. Here's Huntley. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 23 yards the pickup there.
1st down. It's a gain of 23 yards. 1st down, Baltimore.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
The tackle made by Jordan Brooks. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and...
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Here's a 2nd and 8. The slot man in motion right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Huntley looks to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Baltimore first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now Huntley. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Looking to throw here, Huntley. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Tyler Huntley taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them at the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
On his loop for the extra point. On the snap, a poor one, and this is blocked. Now we're taking it right down Broadway. And all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. That is a play that you just do not see very often. Maybe a couple times a year, the blocked extra point return for 2.
You can't afford to give anyone a free run at the kicker. Oftentimes, it's going to bounce off his hands or chest and head the other direction.
And it's usually not a good thing when we start talking about the long snapper, but it was his error that led directly to that block. If this operation is cleaner, we're probably talking about a different outcome.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
The Dolphins offense and Tua Tagovailoa headed back out onto the field. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Right back to Achane on second down. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They set up the screen. Achane has it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
On the handoff, it's Achane. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Patterson's kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so, and maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so that you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
It's a gain of
A nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you put.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And a loose football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Miami set to take over. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Give, running right, Achane. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 78 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
The Dolphins, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Now, this guy can be everywhere. Kyle Hamilton getting there to drop him for a loss. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.